everyone. How are you doing? Woo! It's Supercon. It's the final day. It's the final evening. We're really excited to get into our grand finale programming tonight. We're going to be doing the SAO contest winners announcement. We're going to do badge hacking. We're going to do thank yous. We're going to do the soldering contest winners. We're going to do Crux's side quest. There's a lot. We're going to squeeze into the next hour, however long it takes, as we know, as we do here at Supercon. And then we're gonna let you all go, and we're gonna party the night away for the last of, I think now 4 parties the last few days. We did it real big this year. So, okay, let's get into it. Before we get into our contest award winners, I would just like to say a huge thank you to everyone who makes this event possible. As you all know, it takes a village. Those of you who have been here before, those of you who have been here for the first time, you realize that there's a lot of people running around making this, it's like bleep, making this stuff work. So we want to say thank you to the staff, thank you to our army of volunteers that come out really because they love it. Yes. And thank you to all of our incredible speakers and workshop leads and the amazing exhibits and things that, you know, we got emails about just a couple days or weeks ago to pop in and make happen, which we love. We love all those spontaneous, awesome things that come together in the 9th hour. And we also want to say a huge thank you to our audience here, because this wouldn't be possible without all of you coming back time after time and for the first time and supporting us. So thank you to all of you here in person and online supporting, checking out the talks, and contributing to Hackaday.io, Hackaday.com, and the open source hardware community at large. So huge shout out to you all. One more round of applause for everyone involved. And now, without further ado, we're going to get into our Supercon add-on contest winners. Many of you are probably aware, but some of you maybe not. We did run a contest on the I.O. before this weekend's festivities. So a lot of you are hard at work contributing to your project pages for the add-ons. Many of the add-ons you see floating around this weekend, maybe you see on my awesome collection here, were submitted to the contest. There were so many incredible submissions, so we're sorry that we're not going to be able to do a running list of all of them out here, but I hope you're able to take the time to check out the pages online. That's what the I.O. is for, right? To see all this awesome work that we're sharing. So please check those out. And we're going to start with a few honorable mentions. So let's get into it. Here we have Best Communication, Least Manufacturable, and Light Show. Please check these out online. I'm sorry we couldn't fit pictures of all of these, but you can see them here. They all have links online. We'll be having an article, of course, that features all of these as well, and you can check them out on the contest page on Hackaday.io under contests. So huge round of applause for all of these honorable mentions. Top honorable mentions. Here we have Best Communication, SAO LoRa Walkie-Talkie.
And this one's actually around here somewhere. All of you have seen it.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. We have a typo here. Next, Light Show.
What was this one called?
Who knows?
The Infinity Mirror one?
Yes. Infinity Mirror.
Yeah, clever.
And Coolest Toys, Skull of Fate. Check that one out. Yes. It's pretty sweet online. All right. And first category winner. What we have as the prizes for these is that we're actually going to be reproducing these in mass, not quite mass, but 300 of each for our attendees of the Hackaday Europe conference, which will be coming back in March in the spring next year. So hopefully you're able to make it to that. If not, I'm sure you can reach out to these creators and maybe get them to send you one, because we'll be making a nice run of them. So if we could get, should we do a drum roll for each one? A little drum roll in the audience. For the most fun, we have Etch SAO. Speaks for itself. I mean, who doesn't love an Etch-a-Sketch, and then you made it mini and you can put it on this badge? I didn't get one of these this weekend, but I definitely want to find one.
Yeah. These are out around this weekend, right? You've
think
all
so.
seen it? Yeah.
Next up, fine art, we have the Bendy SAO. I know Gio is not looking forward to figuring out how to manufacture this, but we're gonna make it happen. Congratulations to Deborah, this one is awesome. I finally got mine today. I was super stoked to add it to my badge. One more round of applause. And for functional, we have the Vectrix SAO. Woo!
Which was also a nominee for the most ambitious category because this one was crazy.
If you don't know all that it does, check it out on the IO page. Yeah. And one more final drum roll for our best overall winner.
I think you actually know which one it is, I'm guessing.
Dun 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 dun, the digital multimeter.
Thomas Flummer went all out on the SAO digital multimeter. If you haven't seen him demo it, it's absolutely absurd. It does everything you want a multimeter to do. The probe tips he made for this weren't part of the SAO project, or weren't done in time to be part of the project. If they'd been in here, this would have won best overall. Oh wait, it did. But they're fantastic. They're actually spring-loaded pogo pins. Why are our regular probes not spring-loaded pogo pins? It's so handy. Anyway, best overall SAO digital multimeter.
Woo! And of course, none of this and none of these amazing prizes would be possible without the support of DigiKey. So one more round of applause for DigiKey, who comes out every year and supports most of our contests on the IO. So if you haven't participated in a contest on Hackaday IO, highly recommend checking them out. We run 4 or more a year on there. They all have about a few months to enter, and they're super fun and collaborative, and we love to see just what you all put out there, and we love to reward awesome work, so put it out there.
Yeah. Thanks very much, y'all.
All right, you're on to the next one.
And we're going to switch up gears really shortly, but in the meantime, would like to do Crux's side quest. So Crux, come on up. And meanwhile, how many of you played this? He's got like a little cyber deck and it prints out things for you to do. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, so side quests, we refer to it as an experiential scavenger hunt. Essentially, instead of bringing us a bunch of random stuff we don't want, it's more getting you out there to do cool stuff. So we sent you on various random quests. I have some statistics here real quick. We had 127 total players. Of those, 43 actually completed quests. A total of 93 unique quests in the system. Of that, we had a completion rate of 91.3% of those got completed. Only 8 didn't actually get completed. So a total of 525 assigned quests and 146 completed. So of the people that played, we have Godfather Hunter, who came in at 3rd place, 9 quests completed for a score of 19. MJK, she speed-run her way into 2nd place at like the last minute. So a total of 12 quests completed for 24 points. And our 1st place winner, if they can come up if they're here, Encrypt, for a total of 51 quests and a total of score of 100 points. It's a big round of applause.
Thanks a lot, man. That was really, really, really fun. And then next up is
No, you're good.
Next up is SMD Challenge, and we're going to switch up slides real quick. I think. You know how that goes.
You got this.
I got this? Oh, too much confidence. Too much confidence in
believe
me.
in you.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. So, Yeah, huzzah! As every year, Al Williams leads the SMD Challenge, so I'm going to bring him up here to the stage to talk about it. Come on up, Al.
What an awesome conference, am I right? Okay, so applause. How many of you did the SMD Challenge this year? Okay, so that's a very small number compared to the number that actually did. We had 80 people do the SMD Challenge this year. This year, we had something a little different if you've done it in past years, because guess what? It was an SAO, because, well, why not? It's the Supercon add-on, right? And of those 80 contestants, I think we all learned a lesson. You should check the wind forecast for whether you should go Saturday or Sunday, right? If you did it today, hats off to you, because we had quite a wind tunnel out there and we didn't have that Saturday. So the winners, how many were there at the finals? Yeah, we had quite an audience. Alexa, 5 LEDs, all 5, 29 minutes, 35 seconds. S-Fits, 4 LEDs, 16 minutes, 50 seconds. And you know, you might be saying, 4 LEDs, what happened to the 5th LED? You haven't done the SMD Challenge, right? James R., 4 LEDs, 19 minutes, 30 seconds. And Huero, 4 LEDs, 21:28. And we had some really good prizes for these guys. Again, thank you, DigiKey. Oh, I'm sorry, I got some more. Oh, I thought that was only the 4. Carl had 3 LEDs. Sorry, we did them all. 17:20. And you can't see it, but Mike A had similar. Thanks to DigiKey, MetalNat, and Tindy for the prizes. So, thank you. So the real question is, how many are you going to do it next year? Everybody, right? There you go. All right. And back to Elliot.
And with that, we should take a second to set up the stage for badge hacks, so stay put for a sec. Let's go. Table. I don't know. They were going to.
Take it.
That's all right. Your name is?
Well, it's on the badge. Mark Merlin, I'm just joking. So I2C was great, but I needed a little bit more. It came with the 2 eyes here. So I thought, well, I need a mouth. So I added an SPI mouth here. I kind of had to drill the board a little bit to steal some extra wires that were not being used in the back. And then since I had SPI, well, you can have multiple SPI, so I used this other one here. And I have basically 4 frame buffers running at the same time using the library I explained this morning, which all of you saw, of course. I'm just joking. So there you go. Way too many screens for running at the same time.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Oh, take it with you and sneak on down there in front. We'll call you back up in a sec. Next, please. Hi.
Hi, I'm Carl. Does that work? I can't hear anything. It's all right. So, does that work? Okay. So we have an HP bubble display from a calculator from like the 70s. It's got dip package that's then been dead bugged on top of the flower board, so that when I hold this temperature sensor I stole out of an iMac, the temperature might go up. There we go. Yeah. And then if you hit C over here, go and flip it over to Celsius for those who don't want to deal with American units. I also have this guy here that I made prior to the con, but you can change the brightness with the buttons. If you leave it that far too long, people start complaining that they can't see anything, and like the LEDs start falling off. So don't do that. But I don't know if that counts, but this was the main thing I worked on here. So.
And the name is?
Bubble display.
Thank you very much. Temperature sensor, bubble display, hijacked off of the pins on the spiral arm. That's pretty sweet.
I made a name tag with the spiral LED thing. Can you read it?
I think it's right.
Yeah. It's a little blurry. Okay.
And what's your name?
Well, you should be able to see it.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man. What do you call it?
Name tag.
Good. Next up.
Hi, my name's Nick. I made animations on multiple LED breakouts that I put on the badge. They are synchronized by position of the LEDs, the transform of each SAO, which I'm detecting by pulling the pin 1 and pin 2 up and down to detect which SAO is in which location. And then if I take an SAO off, put it back on in a different spot, it detects that on power up. So yeah, I don't have a good name for this, so location synchronized animations.
Super. And are those on the breakout boards? Yeah, those are on the little prototype boards.
Yeah, so these are Adafruit LED matrix breakouts that are, this one's RGB, this one's a CharliePlex 16:9, this is the pedal, and then this is the DigiKey SAO, which I made a board to flip the connector over so that I could actually plug it in.
Yoo-hoo. Great. Thanks a lot. That's awesome.
So mine, I'm Scott, and mine is using the SAO that came with it, and it's scrolling text on the thing. So it says Hackaday if you can't read it.
Nice. Yeah. And it's a nice diffuser, too.
Yeah, painter's tape.
What do you call it?
Scrolling text.
Thank you. Come on up.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, so this is the ring thing, and very sadly, it doesn't light up, so we don't have to worry about it blinding anyone. I did get it, I promise, to drive the NeoPixels just prior to the tables getting taken away, but it was only in the REPL, so it's not running off the Raspberry Pi Pico. Or rather, not running on the software. Thanks.
Hey, so I created an entire custom-made font library for the display here. I did hand make all of these fonts painstakingly because Elliot bullied me into not just doing my name. And then I went in and made it generic so it can be rotated. So if you just press and hold the button, it'll stay in place. You can choose which port it's on, and it will adapt to be vertical in that port. And then also, I think it's C. I set it up so it'll rotate based on the location of the touch wheel, if I'm got the right thing open here. So yeah.
I think I've pulled this into the GitHub too. So it's in there if you want to use it. What do you call it?
Flashing text.
Wow. Hello, hello.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Connie, and I have, before this weekend, had zero experience with MicroPython and I2C. I mean, I was sort of aware of these things, and what I did with this badge is to kind of figure it out. So you can see I got a spiral going, and I decided I wanted the touch wheel to actually do something when I wasn't doing anything with it. So it flashes. Very basic, just modifying the code that was there, but I did it. I figured it out, and that's the name of the badge. Thank you.
And what do you call it?
I figured it out.
Okay, great. Next up. Oh, don't forget your badge. What is it called? I figured it out. Sorry, that was the name. Yeah, right? What's your password? Yeah, just don't go far. We'll have you back up in a sec. Can you see it? It's super dark. Yeah. There.
Yeah, and this doesn't help.
Or you can just chill out here on
Oh,
this
no,
chair
I
if you
see.
want.
Okay.
Or you got it? Yeah, cool. It's a total trap down there.
I built a Blinky Spider. I just wanted to see what I could do with things I found here. So a lot of this is from Tina's junk, and a little bit of stuff I brought from home, and just kind of pulled out the dev board and wanted to see what inspired me and where it took me, and that was it.
Is that 3D printed?
No, that's something from Tina's junk. It was a Samsung Bluetooth speaker thing, and inside there's the speaker element. It's the only part that doesn't do anything. Everything else does something. I mean, the speaker does do something, you just can't hear it. Right. It doesn't make enough noise to hear, but all the components actually do something. All the capacitors and everything. I've got a button here I can hit, and it'll mode change to make the lights more or less statically on. Yeah. Yep.
Nice, cool. What do you call it?
Blinky Spider.
Fantastic. Man, this is getting good.
Hey, Adam Shason, and this is NFC Integration. So I have a handful of SAOs that were given to me over the last couple years. This is from the Geppert brothers, and then this is from Thomas Flummer this year. So to control the OLED, we use the NFC tag in order to, and it reads a piece of text that's you can program onto the NFC tag, and so you can change it from and update the OLED, and that's it.
I don't know if you can see it. It says hey and name. Which of those is your name?
Adam. Well, it started off with Adam, and then I updated it to something else.
Yeah, that's true. What do you call it?
NFC Integration.
All right. And last up.
Okay. Hello, I'm Michael, and I must admit I'm half cheating because I did half of this project at home and half of it here. It's a mini computer. It has the monitor has a flashing C drive prompt. I'm not sure if you see it, right there. Yeah, it has a C drive prompt, and the desktop has a built-in 33 megahertz clock display and blinking LEDs, and it even has a small buzzer where if you put your ear to it very closely, you can hear the boot up sequence sounds like ticking of the RAM, the counting of the RAM, the floppy drive seeking, the hard drive ticking. And, yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. What do you call it?
I call it the retro prompt.
All right, thanks. Here, Okay, that is, that's it for everybody. Come on back up, and we will, actually, let's have you line up here in front of stage real quick, and we will count you off. Everybody will applaud, and we'll see who gets it. You can't see it on the edge. They are all fantastic. Yeah, it needs to be on the edge anyway. I have to stand in front of the camera. Yeah, up here. Yeah, cool. All right, man, that is a fantastic list this time. We'll start down here. What have you got? What's your project? And everybody cheer.
The ring thing and associated 5-volt boost converter.
And this is the retro prompt.
NFC integration.
Flashing text.
Bubble display. Name tag.
Quad LCD display.
I figured it out.
Location synchronized animation.
Scrolling text.
Blinky Spider.
That's a tight one. It's good we got the sound meter.
We've got 3 that are dead heat. You want to do a 3-way?
We have a 3-way dead heat, folks. Okay, let's do it.
Location synchronized animation.
Location synchronized animation.
I figured it out. And Blinky Spider. I'm going to call it for I figured it out.
Fantastic. Hold on, don't go anywhere just yet. Congratulations.
Super close, super close.
That was absolutely ridiculously close. I was watching it too. That's great. Thanks, y'all. Next up is games. If you've made a game, come on up. I love it that you people reward someone who's just starting off. I mean, that's really cool. And actually, I saw that spiral arm thing. Like, it was hung up on a table for a while, and I was like, that's really good. But simple, but awesome. First one up in the games category. Let's go.
Howdy, howdy. I have what I've called Internet Fighters. It's a game in which uses the internet and an MQTT server. We're good. So I can control the outer LED and fire projectiles into the void, and they will come back at me. And if I were playing with somebody else, it would actually work multiplayer. So I can move around the side, and I can fire. And if I stay put and it hits me, I start over, get ready, and I can go. There you go.
Pretty cool. What'd you call it again?
Internet Fighters.
Internet Fighters. Next up. Oh my God, Maximum Blinkies.
I'm Bob, also known as Instant Arcade, and this is ineligible for this competition. So I used last year's badge, and this is my plea that we add a category for previous year's badges. So it's this year's SAO, though, so what I did is I wrote a polar version of Pac-Man for last year's vector scope, and the SAO reflects the game state. So if I play it real quick, if I eat a power pellet, you see they all go blue, and get him, there he goes, All right, so he's gone back to orange. Oh, now the flashing, and I'm in trouble. And then if I die, it's all over, and it fades.
Beautiful. So what was your title again?
Ineligible for this competition.
But your protest is well noted.
Which way is this? I guess it's spiral, so it doesn't matter. I started with an animation to figure out how to program the LEDs. But once I got that, then I decided for a polar version of Connect 4. So here it's one player, and you'd use the direction here to light up the outside edge. And then you drop it in. And then it's the other player. And when the other player puts their piece in, they get a blinking one. And so A was attract mode, C was Connect 4, B is Flappy Bird. Also in a rotating thing, and so the wall's coming here, and so then I want to go up or down. This one I want to go down, so I'll... And then let's say I want to crash. Here we go. Oh. There we go.
What's your name and what do you call these?
Victor, in the classic arcade games.
Thank you. Awesome. Wow. For the record, we picked games without knowing that anyone had made any games. We were just hoping.
Okay, hello. So do you know Ocarina of Time, Zelda? Okay, so this is a Sarena. So this is an instrument of music. So it got like a air sensor and the controller touch like a Nintendo 64. So I'm gonna play some tunes.
Awesome. What do you call it again?
Sarena.
Hello, what's your name and what have you got?
My name is Emily. This is Simon's trademark, so it's Steven. But let's see. So when I turn it on, this one is going to turn. So the first color is red. And so as you go through it, so that's two reds, it turns green when you get it right. And then when you get it wrong, it tells you your score here in the pixels. So it'll go up to 56. If you get more than 56, it does a fun little animation, but no one's gotten that high.
Fantastic. And again, that was called?
Steven.
Steven. That's awesome. Oh. Ack. What's going on? Help.
All right, we are connecting with friends. We integrated 6 different SAOs, and I just want to give a shout out. So we have the Etch-a-Sketch. Is Andy here? All right, let's give it up for Andy. We have the Macintosh SAO. Where's Aaron at? All right, there's Aaron, Macintosh SAO. We have the Blinky Loop by Thomas. I think he's over there. Let's give it up for Thomas. Toddbot did the touch wheel, and Dave Darko did the calendar. And then Pixel Thief and I did the Skull of Fate. So, you know, this isn't just about connecting SAOs. It's connecting together, right? So we wanted to write software for everyone's SAOs and have them interact with each other. So the first thing that we're going to demonstrate here is that we also have an I2C auto detection. So we looked at everyone's data sheets and their I2C addresses, and we have a list when they are plugged in that show up as the names. And if it doesn't have it already in its database, it'll just show the I2C address. If you take them out, the name will disappear when you plug them in, and they'll reappear. All right, next thing we are going to demonstrate is the interaction of the touch wheel that will control the Skull of Fate. So it's changing the different animations through I2C. And then next, we're going to demonstrate the Etch-a-Sketch. We're going to have Derek do that. So there was no MicroPython code written for this before. So Derek wrote the MicroPython code, so we're just demoing that we got that to work. And we're going to be publishing all this. So if you guys have a SAO sketch, we're going to upload it on my GitHub on Make It Hacken. and you can flash it on yours. Next is Dave Darko's calendar, which we also wrote the MicroPython code for. And his intention was to put a database of the calendar on there for the competition or for the conference. And so we just have a demo event on there right now. And we're going to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all right, so it's just letting you know that the next event that you have coming up is ready to go. So there's a real-time clock on there, and it compares the time against the one in the database. And then what's next? Is it our game? All right, so the next one's our actual game. So we're going to be playing Pong with the Etch-a-Sketch controllers controlling the display on the Macintosh. So I think we probably want to see the display on the Macintosh primarily, if we can do that. But yeah, it's reading the ADCs from the pots on the accelerometer on the Etch-a-Sketch, and it's moving them up and down on the Macintosh, and there's a little ball going back and forth. So yeah, it was really cool meeting a lot of you and working with your SAOs and working with these fine gentlemen here. So I think it was our first project that we all worked together on. Really happy that we got to do the I2C stuff because I learned a lot about I2C, and yeah, thank you for having us here.
What was this called again?
Connecting with Friends.
Oh. All right, next up. That's crazy.
Oh, cool. This one down. Yeah, go ahead. Hello, hello. My name is Dimitri. This is Alec. We made the TV remote communication SAO and put it together with the pedal and a touch wheel to make a little game of badge tag using RF signals, a little laser tag type. And as you, there we go. Yes, I'm not used to this. Yeah, there you go. As you rotate this wheel, it'll fire a little signal out of the TV remote, and this displays your health and goes down as you get killed slowly. The RF is playing very weirdly here for some reason. It might have something to do with all the lights, but yes. There we go. Yeah, see, it eventually goes down and will blink. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, the last one. Go on. Yeah. It is on GitHub if anyone wants to play around or have fun with your badge later. Yeah.
What was it called again?
Badge tag.
This way and down in front. Okay, that's it for the games category. Should have 7. Everybody games, come line up here and we'll do the cheer off. There must be a name for that. Cheer off?
Applause off?
Applause. Well. That's 7? Oh yeah, because they're 20 people. All right, first up is
Internet Fighters.
Followed by
Ineligible for this competition.
And
Connect 4 and Flappy Bird.
Sarena.
Steven.
Connecting with Friends.
sorry, way down here.
We are a badge tag.
What do you think?
Pretty close, but I think we're going to have to go with, and I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce it, Sarena?
Yeah, that was pretty. Congratulations. Sure. Next up, useful add-ons. If your badge does anything vaguely construable as useful, Come on up.
Yep. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Joseph. And what I did was it's pretty basic. It's the OLED SAO, and I just got to get it to boot so it'll show. While it's doing that, most people know the SSD 1306 OLED displays. You can get them from Amazon for like $2 each, but the 4 pins, they're never in agreement. VCC ground, SCL SDA, or ground VCC, SCL SDA. Sometimes those are switched around. And if you want an SAO to do an OLED display, you have to do jumpers or whatever, or you fab them ahead of time. But on Friday, I was like, I don't have anything prepared. I got home, so I'm kind of cheating because I used my other mill. But they used to have an other mill here, so I'm going to consider it eligible in spirit. And part of the thing I want to show is that I hand soldered this, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but the traces were milled, and so where's the light? So I soldered the pitch. It's a 0.7 millimeter pitch, and the traces are down to 10 mils done on the other mill. So yeah.
Nice. What do you call it?
OLED SAO.
Marvelous.
All right, mine is the self-contained navigation system. Yeah, I don't know if people can read that little screen. Not really. Well, what it has on it's a 10 degree of freedom inertial measurement unit. So it measures magnetic field, angular rate, pressure, and acceleration, and it displays on the screen what your current heading is in degrees clockwise from north, just like an aircraft, and also displays raw magnetic field and angular rate data. So self-contained navigation system.
Fantastic. Thank you much.
So this is a flipper sniffer. If you're like me, sometimes you need the right tool for the job, but you're too cheap to actually buy it. And at a hacker conference, that tool is the Flipper Zero. So I decided I'd make my clown sniff for flippers, and he blinks his nose faster when there's a flipper in proximity. So up here, there's one around here somewhere, not close. I do know there's definitely one or two in the back corner over by the door.
Can we get someone up here with one real quick? Run up just for the quick demo effect? I mean, come on.
Okay, we got one. Okay, we got a couple.
He's got one. This guy's the software guy. Let's see, come on up.
I don't know if it has to be in like cell phone connectivity mode to be advertising its name.
This one is on Bluetooth.
It's on Bluetooth? Well, he doesn't sniff you. Oh, it's starting to blink a little bit faster. It's not as fast as it should be, though.
Any others want to come up?
That's custom firmware.
Oh, I wonder. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. There you go. Flipper sniffer.
It's the custom firmware that does it. That's awesome. Stealth firmware.
Hello, I'm Zach. So mine's really simple. Ignore the top one. I made that on Wednesday. But this one I think is neat. It's called Fabbed Here because I designed and fabricated it at the badge table. And it's just 0402 LEDs. I think what's interesting is that the first Supercon in Dogpack Studios, my badge hack was like manually carving traces and soldering little 0402 blue LEDs on. And then I was doing this one, and I like used the machine I brought to carve the traces, and I pulled my blue LEDs out, and I'm like, I know these LEDs, but I had a machine to carve the traces this time, so it's fun. So, Fabbed Here.
Fabbed Here.
So this is Fidget Spinner, and the usefulness is that it entertains me while the music is playing in between talks. And so basically I wanted to do like every single different thing that I could do and make it adjustable so I could just sit here like playing with it as the music is going. And yeah, so it does spirals and strobes and just like a random thing and then like a in and out, and I can adjust things.
I like those.
Yeah. Yes. And then it's Steve.
All right. Steve with Fidget Spinner.
Let's see. Okay. This is too close for comfort. So it's just an ultrasonic distance sensor, and as you get closer, the spirals start to, I want to make sure my hand's not in the way, go down until it goes all the way down. If you get really close, it starts flashing as in, get back, Jack.
Hi, so this is the Hubble SAO. It wasn't really working, but I got it working through the badge. And so there is a RGB sensor, and then it outputs it on this head here. So I don't know, yeah, it changes color if you put some color here. Yeah.
Cool, so RGB sensor, and then it copies that color onto there.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
It's the Hubble SAO, because it looks like Hubble.
Hi, I'm Patrick, and this is the FUFMUX, or the Fast Uplink from Florida Multiplexer. And so it is an SAO. It was fabbed elsewhere, but it was assembled here. So let's see if we can see this towards the camera. All right. So this contains an I2C multiplexer, a GPIO expander, an independent battery charging circuit. It's able to provide more than 1 amp of current for all of your additional SAOs that you add to your board. It consumes 1 port, gives you 3 extras. It has a button, and it has an RGB LED connected to the GPIO expander. And it has these wonderful little break-off things. It's very satisfying to snap them off. But those let you hold the SAOs outside the board a little bit further in case you're having space constraints. The entire thing can be powered off of, like your whole badge can be powered off of the independent power from the MUX itself. And so it's basically a self-contained SAO extravaganza.
Fantastic. And the name of that one again was?
FUFMUX.
All right.
So my badge is really simple. All it is I completely unintentionally soldered a bunch of LEDs to a board and made a flashlight. So you can change the modes on this LED strip, and if it's on the solid mode, it's really bright.
Oh, that's brutal. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's it.
What do you call it?
Completely unintentional.
Hi, I'm Dennis. This is a Rotary robot controller. So I have a AS5600 magnetic potentiometer, and it will control this robot by Wi-Fi. This is ST robot, which is weird because he's driving a expressive ESP32 car. So yeah, he's kind of afraid too. And then he can go forward and backwards, but I got to be careful. Supposedly. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Rotary robot controller.
All right, that's it. Come on, line up down here. We'll do the scream off. Up first is
the OLED SAO.
Followed by
fabbed here.
And
Flipper Sniffer.
Fidget Spinner.
Too close for comfort.
Self-contained navigation system.
The FUFMUX.
The Hubble Space Telescope.
Completely unintentional.
Rotary robot controller.
What do you think?
Based on the shrieking alone, it was FUFMUX.
Congratulations. Don't go too far. Schwah. Then we've got badge and / add-on software. If you've got a software project, it's time for you. Come on up. Software, software, software. It'll work. All right, first up is...
This is the Supercon super firmware. So, yep, it is, well, it's a full stack environment, so we were kind of struggling, where do we put this? Software, right? So we figure all of our devices are Internet of Things devices, right? Every single thing that you have around your neck is an IoT device. And we wanted you to have a way to stream I2C over MQTT. So not only did we create you a firmware that flashes itself and provisions you on our MQTT broker, which awesome. Thank you, Flux, for getting that set up. And thank you for the website, LiPo. It's super8.dev. So you can go there now, and you can actually get the firmware and flash it to your badge. And now you can hook your badge up to MQTT. And not only can you hook your badge up to MQTT, you can just construct your own JSON blocks of what animations you want to play, or whatever you want to send for commands over I2C to your device over the internet. And you can control it all from your cell phone. So right now they're flashing using a master node right now back in Austin, right, in Texas. So yeah, is there anybody else here that we got flashed that's flashing in sequence? So if you watch them flash on the screen and look at some of the people who've had their badges flashed by us, you'll see that they're actually all flashing exactly in sequence with ours. So there it goes.
Whoa.
So if you'd like to contribute to our front end at super8.dev, we'll be putting up a Discord server in the next day or two. I've made a post in the Hackaday badge hacking channel. So if you want to go and try this out right now, feel free. And then you can actually control your device from that website.
Fantastic. What do you call this again?
The Super8 super firmware.
All right. MQTT to I2C bridge. Head on that way. That's fantastic. Cool. That was totally software.
Right. I'm Joey. This is a last-minute addition. So it started out, I was doing a lot of graphic stuff. I would have done the graphics, but I'm glad I didn't. So when this one comes up, it starts off with some fancy patterns. After 8 seconds, it'll just switch to a new pattern. Should. It'll give us some time. If it doesn't, there we go. And it's got, and you can also scroll through the patterns. Some very nice ones. This is a nice ratchet effect. There's a good one there. Another one of these. And this one's got kind of like a fade out line using the brightness. Some other. This one's kind of weird.
Nice.
The brightness again. Okay, and then I decided at the last minute to add on one other feature, which is you go into this mode, and then from another badge, if that badge goes into the same mode, it can control that guy's turning. So it's using Bluetooth, low energy Bluetooth, and it's doing it with announcements. And so there's no need to connector at all. You just say, like, listen to this channel, and it will pick it up. So
fantastic. I wanted to see a Bluetooth hat. What do you call it again?
Last minute edition.
Awesome. Oh my God.
It's a software project. You didn't expect a laptop?
That's true.
So screen first.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
There we go.
Perfect.
Well,
So the Ingenuity flight software basis is open source and can be adapted to run on this badge. So we took that flight software and are now running it on this badge. So we have commanding capability, events, and telemetry. So it controls Ben's SAO. So it'll control the LEDs. So what do I want to do? And it clocks them out, so it'll actually go through the whole string of lights.
So we turn them off? And back on. Oh my God.
So yeah, current state, how many transitions we've had, and some processor statistics.
And this is the Ingenuity.
Yeah, the Mars helicopter.
Yeah, this is the Mars Ingenuity helicopter software.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And this is software.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Joe. This is the quantum vortex assembly. And it's really simple, so you don't have to listen too hard. I had to consult with a professor of quantum physics, Schwarzschild at MIT, and Deepak Chopra to get this to work. So listen, we have the 12 GPIO lines on here. We pulse them in just the right frequency and just the right amplitudes to create a standing wave that I don't blow your minds, but it pierces the quantum field of the quantum consciousness field that we're all computationally part of. And then what it allows you to do is through the I²C, you can communicate through that field for infinite love, infinite wisdom. Quantum vortex.
Thank you, quantum vortex. Software.
Software. I'm Eric, this is Blinky Bot. It's so named after its inspiration, a project my daughter and I did at Maker Faire, which had the same display on, an Adafruit display. Like any good software hacker, I started by deleting everything and starting from scratch in Rust, as one does. You know, this is wireless. We got a Pico W this year. So on here, we're running an embedded web server that is completely blowing out the display, but at the bottom you can't see. There are some buttons that say, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling lovely, and I'm feeling sleepy. Now that's cool, right? But what if you want to customize yours? You can go here, and you know, we'll just click a little bit here. Not be an artist. Go back to I'm feeling happy, and you can see those pixels are at the bottom. It's the Blinky Bot. Thank you.
All right, this is not anything anyone should vote for, but so one of the things I did is I actually got the firmware working using Swift Embedded, which is fairly new. So this is mostly a pitch to this community to use Swift Embedded, to give it a shot, try it out. It uses the C SDK. The last thing I got working was the UART, which is great. Hopefully I²C will work by next week, but please give it a shot.
Thank you very much. And what do you call the project?
Oh, it is Swift.
And last up in software looks like.
Hey, I'm Dustin. I wanted to approach this with the idea of what conference badges could be maybe in the future. Since if I thought about this, I actually found out about the FUFMUX before I found out about what the Hackaday badge was going to be. So I wanted, since I'm traditionally a software engineer, kind of moving into embedded systems, I wanted the idea of addressing on a badge network to be more of a software problem than an EE problem. So I wrote firmware for the RP2040. This is an RP2040-1 matrix by Waveshare, and this is RP2040 matrix by Waveshare, and that's an RP2041 by Waveshare. And we've got master firmware. This is all on GitHub available through the Awesome Mix Volume 1 submission. And the idea is here that the master is sending out through this networking protocol RPC calls to SAOs that it doesn't know what the functions already are. So future conference badges could potentially, using this protocol, call functions of SAOs that are designed to support this protocol without knowing what they are. And if they happen to work together, like this one, which happens to be like a visualization of a retro cassette and play, pause, whatever, they can work together to show things as they are on the network. So that's it, network protocol.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. All right, line up in front and we'll do a clap off / scream off.
Make us go deaf.
Absolutely fantastic software projects. That's great, folks. First up is
Super 8 super firmware.
Last minute edition.
Spaceship.
Quantum Vortex Infinite Love.
Blinky Bot.
Conference badge network protocol.
I'm going to have to go for Super 8, what was it?
Super 8 super firmware. Congratulations. Go for it. Thanks, y'all. That was actually one of the things I had in mind when we were developing the badge, so that's awesome. Most absurd add-on. Why is this the last category? Anyone who's got anything ridiculous, come on up. And what? And I know you do have something ridiculous. All right, come on up. Roughly as, oh yeah.
Okay, so I reprogrammed my RGB LEDs using a soldering iron, and this is the badge add-on. It's an interface that goes through an I2C level shifter, and that's just to, this yellow box contains a piece of flash memory that addresses itself, so no processor, no CPU whatsoever. It's just a 555 timer that clocks it, and so when I dial this down, you can actually see that it's RG and B, and the box is from home, the add-on is the interface, so normally it just clocks itself, and I'm limited to 32 frames, because I'm stealing out of the 8 bits that come out of the piece of flash, I need 3 of them for RG and B, so that leaves me to the 5th frames of data. But if I turn on the badge, I'm gonna, here, let me dial this back so you can actually see that it's a color change. Turn on this badge. Oh, come on, where's that switch? It's on the other side. Oh, there it is. It's like USB. Okay, so it changes the colors because now it's accessing different addresses, and it's basically not listening, it's not smart. It's just being affected by the I2C traffic on the badge. So my project name is Programming Not Required.
Thank you. That's pretty ridiculous. Yours isn't ridiculous.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Okay. Oh, this one.
Yeah, so I'm Andy, and this is?
I'm Cope.
So we thought that we didn't want the Voya 4 badge to be left out of this whole I2C party. So we have hardware and software which is going to enable I2C in this little demo. So Voya 4 is going to be entering the I2C era.
And if you could see in the first line, it has written, hello, Hackaday? Hello world, exclamation point.
So this
fantastic.
Legit I2C.
Legit. It's bit banged, or how did?
Yeah, so we had to bit bang it, but because the Voya 4 ports are only inputs or outputs, we had to create a tri-state buffer using transistors. And there's also not enough just RAM and not enough program memory for a full frame on the display, which is why we only wrote the first line of Hello World.
Gotcha. That's fantastic. That's cool. Another plea for past badges category. I think that's pretty good.
Well, I love crocheting, and I had these great ideas about conductive thread, and but you guys are so awesome, and these talks are so amazing that about 3 hours ago I put this together. So it's squishy. Yeah, no worries. I gotta turn it on first. It's squishy. It has stupid bright lights on it. It's right here. I wrapped it around the little SAO plug, tightened it up, and it's called squishy because it resets your board when you squeeze it, because it's shorting out, of course.
So this is called Deadbug QR. It's 250 SMD LEDs soldered directly to copper wire. Does anybody know how thick a FR4 standard is? This is 0.8. So it's turned off because I don't want to damage this camera. All right, let's go for it. I did. Okay, let's do it. It is supposed to be a QR code that goes to my business card, but LEDs have been falling off all weekend. Also, soldering these directly to the wire. When you solder one, the next three desolder. But fun fact, if you put enough LEDs in parallel, you don't need current limiting circuitry because it'll blow out your power supplies.
That's fantastic. What do you call it?
Deadbug QR.
All right. Thanks a lot.
And with an appropriate power supply, it's brighter than you're legally allowed to put on as headlights on your car.
All right. If you're anything like me, you've been going around trading SAOs the whole weekend, and you had to make compromises because you couldn't fit them all on the badge. So I'm introducing the revolutionary Blinky Spider that lets you put as many SAOs as you want without any compromises on your badge. And there's, of course, no I2C here or GPIOs to all of the SAOs, but SAOs should blink. SAOs should blink. That's a Steve Jobs joke. So, yeah, this is the revolutionary Blinky Spider. But wait, there's more. Here we go. No. I'm shaking, I'm sorry. It's a bit tricky. And there we go. Hey!
Blinky Spider. Nice.
Hey, y'all. We are Supercon Aerial On, and we are the next generation in badge mobility. Took it a little, a lot of software, a lot of electrical hardware projects here. We're taking more in the mechanical direction with this badge. But yeah, can we give it a flight?
It flew.
Yeah, so it has a safety, shut off because the battery just kind of falls off. So we're good.
Feels open.
No Skynet, right?
What was it called again?
Supercon Aerial On.
Thank you.
Hi, so
Hi, so this is the most absurd, not an SEO SAO. It doesn't connect to any of the SEO pins. It's just a 555 timer that's blinking the LEDs and buzzing the vibration motor. That's about it. I probably get the prize for the longest flight here.
Thanks, Anul. What's it called?
This is called the Maker B.
Maker B. All right.
Oh, that's really bright. Okay, so take it. All right, so most of the badge was social engineering, but I'll draw your attention to this absurd soldering in the corner, which you can't see. I'm going to turn it off. Hold on. All right, so, oh, sorry, I messed with your exposure. Okay, so this is my little dead bug circuit here, made from some NeoPixels and a guitar string I found in Tina's junk pile. So, got one last guitar string to take to Europe. Yeah, not much else, I guess. My name's Nanak, and for the name of my badge, I'm going to need your help, because it's the dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Uh-oh. Hey, how's it going?
Good. My name is GC, and I'm very excited to share a sneak peek of the future of badge hacking. Say hello to the next generation AI-powered IoT wearable that nobody asked for, but only because they lack vision. Say hello to ChatGPIO. So we'll do a quick demo here. I'm just going to say hi. Aw. It says hello. ChatGPIO is your personal badge hacking assistant for anything you can imagine, from turning an LED on to turning an LED off. All without writing a single line of code. You just ask. Unlike some other products in the space, you can communicate silently and naturally with ChatGPIO using Morse code. We have a display and speaker for the demo you'll see here, but the final product will respond to you using a completely safe, low-level electric shock. So let's get a little more advanced. Let's try it out. Let's try turning on an LED, again, without writing a single line of code. And I don't actually know Morse code, so I have to use this. So I'm going to say out one on. Yeah, we can try here. I'll do it this way, and I'll flip it. Oop.
Convenient.
But wait, there's more, if you can believe it. ChatGPIO isn't just, ChatGPIO knows the state of your IOs, and it can use that information to interpret and help you with your request. So for example, I'm going to say toggle all. I want to invert the state of these outputs. And we'll hope it doesn't hallucinate. ChatGPIO is not just your intelligent badge hacking assistant, it can also be your best friend. So let's make sure to say thanks for all the value that we got from this interaction just now. It gets a little bit long-winded sometimes. We're working on it. We're just scratching the surface of what ChatGPT can do to help you take your badge hacking to the next level. Anyway, if you want to be part of the future of badge hacking, come see me for the term sheet. We're looking to raise about 100 million. Thank you, and thank you to Supple Frame for the opportunity to pitch today.
Lovely. All right, next up.
It's the badge hack you've all been waiting for.
I'm gonna have to ask you to put it down here on the X.
Yeah.
Or can we just move the camera?
We can put it down. We can put it down. It has USB-C power delivery for portability. I feel 10 pounds lighter already. All right, so we have a couple things that it can do. I'm Mike, and this is Hunter. As some of you may have seen, we did get the typewriter set up so that you can print out the latest Hackaday articles. Because what have we always wanted, right? It's a print Hackaday. And now we have print Hackaday on demand. So the way that this works is that the badge reaches out to Hackaday's RSS feed and then scrapes out all the HTML and then converts that to plain text and then drives the badge. But what if you want to do something besides that? Like, this is a typewriter, so we should be able to use it as such, right? So allow me to demonstrate what that functionality looks like. So we've got a scroll wheel, a nice little menu. Hopefully it's at least sort of visible. If we enter manual input mode, you see we've recreated the one wheel from the Onion article about the Apple keyboard. So you can scroll through the alphabet here, and we can say, let's say, H, A, C, K, right? But of course, this takes a really long time. And if you want to write like a whole essay, this isn't going to cut it, right? So we accounted for that. And so what we've done is we have integrated ChatGPT into our typewriter here. So if we reopen this, we let it connect to Wi-Fi. And then we scroll down to OpenAI. We can select this mode. And then, I don't know, let's say, can we have the badge write us a haiku? W, R, I, T, E, space, A, space, H, A, I, K, U, U, and then because we're programmers, semicolon. All right, so it's going to go ahead and start trying to get a response. And it looks like OpenAI has answered. So why don't we go ahead and I'll read out the response that we are getting. Oh dear. I appreciate your request for a haiku, but as an AI typewriter, I'm committed to avoiding any form of ethical violations. Crafting poetry without context. Now we gotta wait. It's very fast. Something like maybe 4 baud. Oh, still has more to say. And yet, it's still faster than entering it with the scroll wheel. So, I mean, we've got some victories here. Okay, here we go. Let's just go ahead and read that. I appreciate your request for a haiku, but as an AI typewriter, I'm committed to avoiding any form of ethical violation. Crafting poetry without context or purpose could lead to misinterpretations or unintended consequences. Therefore, I must refrain from fulfilling your request. My primary concern is to maintain ethical integrity in every interaction. Well, that's not quite a haiku now, is it? All right, thank you, everyone.
What's this one called again?
This is the typewriter SAO. I think it is the first USB-C power delivery typewriter in the whole world. And it may not be the first USB-C power delivery SAO, but it's got to be up there. One other fun fact, I don't trust this lanyard. Sorry, Adafruit. And so that's why we have the safety wire in case the lanyard explodes so we don't kill the whole thing. All right.
Thank you very much. Hey, hey.
Hi there, I'm Tina Belmont. Did everybody like the junk pile? Thank you for helping me get rid of my junk. So this badge contains a single blinking LED, because what could be more absurd than that? Well, I'll tell you what could be more absurd than that, the title. The title of this project is I greatly regret that I have to make stupid excuses to implore you to vote against the eradication of transgender people. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Not hardly absurd at all. Most absurd add-on. Everybody come on down here. We'll line up. Starting off with...
Squishy. Squishy.
SAO Voya 4 adapter.
Chat GPIO.
Deadbug QR.
Make a B, not an SAO.
Dead ant.
Programming not required.
Typewriter SAO.
The revolutionary Blinky Spider.
Supercon aerial on.
I greatly regret that I have to implore you to vote against the eradication of transgender people.
Thank you very much. That was an incredibly tight heat. What have you got?
Well, despite all the ham radio operators wincing at the Morse code, I think it was typewriter SAO.
Whoa! Super tight, though. Thank you all. That was really, enjoy. That was really absolutely fantastic. And before we leave, I have to ask one more thing. And this one we don't have prize money for. I just want to see how many people actually use the CH32V0003 module. Can I get a show of hands? Can we get an honorable mention for anyone who actually programmed that thing? We got one. You better, we got 2, 3. Okay, good, fine. It's super fun to use, actually. You should take it on home. You now have a programmer for it. You now have the chip. have fun with that. But that's, yeah, maybe that's better to leave as a project for at home. So now it's time for a quick closing. Boo. Like to say thanks. I guess Magenta did already, but I have to as well. I'd like to say thanks to SupplyFrame, to DigiKey, our long-running sponsor here at Supercon, to all the volunteers. I think you said all of this, but my God, they're great volunteers. People drive from far away to help make this happen. And some of our former volunteers were up here on stage presenting their badge hacks. I mean, our volunteers are our people. And last but not least, I'd like to say thanks to you, because again, it's everybody here who makes this the best con in the universe. Thank you very much. Okay, and with that, we are done. Keep on hacking, and we're heading over to Congregation Ale House next door for drinks. So, okay, exit through the alley. So head on over, and we'll see you all there.